let's light this candle here.
Okay.
Oh, there's some good glasses.
Yam's a cool dude.
Oy vey. Hey everybody, welcome to Bulletproof Underwear, episode 43. We are doing this episode sans Flex. We have not got our co-host Flexual in house because he be illin right now. He's taking a little care. But we have none other than Toby Pace. Yay!
And my better half.
And just off camera, maybe off and on camera, the hand of Paul. I'm your co-host Yam Juice, and this one is for you, Flexi baby.
Yes, it's for Flex.
So, what is going on, Mad Mo?
Well, we just finished playing the Monkey Turd for Boston.
It is the Boston Strong episode of Monkey Turd.
Yeah. We're having our beverages. I've got just a little martini glass of water.
Yeah, it's water. It's melted snow. Oh, man, yes. Look at all of those guitars in the background here. I see a bass and a guitar.
Yeah, there's a bass, a guitar. There's another one guitar over here, and I think it's other basses are downstairs or in the car.
And you got pictures of Beatles.
Yeah, and the Beatles hat tonight. Yeah, there's Beatles over there.
What are you seeing?
She sees that picture. Well, you can't really see because of the glare, but that's just one of the concerts that you have up there.
Performance.
Yeah, and and then there's all sorts of musical stuff, CDs and pedals and
a broken CPU.
Yeah, the old computer because I'm on a new computer tonight. So
this is a brand new computer, folks.
Yep.
Is this your first Skype call on the new computer?
Yep.
Yay! We got the first Skype call.
Not the Skype chariot, so to speak.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So this is, I guess, early birthday presents for Sweetie. His computer finally kicked the dust, so we bought an all-in-one computer. So we're just learning how to use it. It's one of those touch-screen computers. You can do hand gestures or...
So if you do the hand jive or something, who knows what the hell might happen?
They need the hive thing. Oh,
yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, we haven't figured out how to use it yet. So,
Batman.
Yeah. So that's the next thing. But I just literally plugged it in yesterday after work, and I set up a few things for Paul, his iTunes and stuff, so we could start rehearsing. But he's got a pad of paper here with a list of all the things that need to be fixed or he needs to learn how to use on it. So that's going to be my job over the next few days, is fine-tuning it for him.
So you're the computer technician of the joint?
Yeah.
Yes. And I'll be the first to admit it.
What's the matter, Paul? Are you a Luddite?
Yeah, a little bit closer. I can't see.
No, yeah, I can see.
Yeah,
I can tell you can see me when I'm in the bottom.
There we are.
I've actually kind of cropped the screen, so you have to get a little bit closer. Come on, don't be shy.
So whenever he's using his computer, he'll be in the other room. I'll be paddling up. I'll be in the other room, and all of a sudden I'll hear, "Honey, honey."
I'm so computer illiterate. I'm probably the only one on the planet that is so.
So, anyways, yeah, I'll be coming. There'll be one of the little pop-up boxes that are you going to allow this program to run or one thing or another? And just go. Just click default, honey. There you go.
Or just tap it with your fingers.
Yes,
you can
so this one's a touch screen now, so just tap with the fingers.
You can play the bongos on it.
I bought him I don't know where it is. It's not in my pocket. It is a nice little yeah. One of these. It's a stylus for using for instead of your fingers. Oops, there.
That's a cool stylus.
Yeah. So you can use this For the
I use that with my phone.
Yeah, it's good with the touch screen on the phone or with iPads or anything like that.
Or if you happen to, you're just walking along and you see a dead guy in the ditch, you can poke him.
You clean your ears too.
Anyway, I'm drinking martinis. I'm careful.
Drinking martinis. Hey, I gotta. Speaking of technology, I found a phone app that's really cool. You may already know about this. It's called Songify.
Songify.
Songify, yeah.
No.
We're gonna show you here.
I'll look it up on my. Is it a Android or is it a?
I think it's on Android and iPhone. Now, all we have to do, okay, Mo, we're going to record like maybe 15 seconds of you just talking. Just keep talking. Just say, something,
all right.
And I'll tell you when to start here. Okay. Let's see. We want this, we want this thing to hear it. So let me, all right, whenever you're ready, I'm going to go now.
Okay, I'll tell you the story about what we're doing with our dogs. We have a Chihuahua that won't eat dog food. So we have been reduced to cooking their own dog food, a recipe of beef and rice and vegetables and pumpkin and other things. And the food is so good for them that if I don't feel like cooking for the family, I just have to take a couple of scoops of dog food, put it in muffin tins, melt cheese on it, bake it, and there's dinner for everyone.
Boom.
Well, that sounds almost appetizing. So it's making a song out of it.
The dog food song. The wife.
Okay. Let's hear what we got. I don't think it was recording your voice very good from the headphones.
It doesn't sound like it.
Okay, re-songify. Let's see.
Where do you have to that app, and I'm going to try playing with it.
Where do you have to talk? Where do you have to?
Look at my hairlines. Wow.
Where do you talk into this thing at here? Let's see. I'll tell you what. I'll do it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, Toby was just telling me an interesting story. They've got a new Chihuahua dog that's got some sort of dietary requirements that it is necessary to actually cook home cooking food for the dog, and they're saying that if it's inconvenient to cook or something, they can just eat a few scoops of dog food and it's good to go.
That sounded terrible.
Did I paraphrase the story pretty good?
You paraphrased it just perfectly.
Toby was just telling me an interesting story. They've got a new Chihuahua dog that's got some sort of dietary requirements that it is necessary to actually cook home cooking food for the dog, and they're saying that if it's inconvenient to cook or something, they can just eat a few scoops of requirements that it is necessary to actually cook home cooking food for the dog, and they're saying that if it's inconvenient to cook or something, they can just eat a few scoops of. Okay, Toby was just telling me an interesting story. They've got a new Chihuahua dog that's got some sort of dietary dog food, and it's good to go. Okay, Toby was just telling me an interesting story. They've got a new Chihuahua dog that's got some sort of dietary requirements that it is necessary to actually cook home cooking food for the dog, and they're saying that if it's inconvenient.
It's like a boat motor. That's hilarious.
It uses some sort of like an auto-tune kind of thing, and it just makes your talking into a song. It's like
that's funny. I'm going to get that. But I've got to tell you a little more about that dog food story. So I shared that dog food story with that we feed this, I make dog food for our dogs with one of my coworkers at work. So they started making the same recipe for their dog, and they literally do. Like the other night, she didn't feel like cooking, so she just got a couple of scoops of dog food, put it in burritos, melted cheese on it, wrapped them up, and heated them up for dinner. Because
it's regular ground beef, rice, peas, corn,
carrots,
pumpkin, yeah. It's like,
or sweet potatoes.
Well, why can't you feed the dog
we've
normal
never
dog
done
food?
it. No, we've never done it
I
ourselves.
tasted it.
Oh, you have?
Well, of course, it's not dirty or anything. It's clean cooking. I cook a bunch of food on the weekend for us, and I cook for the dogs too. And then I package it all up and freeze it and everything. So it's all sanitary and everything.
Well, so does the dog have a particular kind of condiment that that's favored, like hot sauce or teriyaki or
Not yet. We haven't discovered it yet.
ketchup?
Chica, come here.
She's
We'll
such
find
a
out.
spoiled, rotten little dog. But anyway, my coworker, they actually, it's kind of like dog or people food. This food that they cook now. And then my sister-in-law wanted to know what we're feeding our dogs, and so I gave her the recipe too. I think it might be a bit of a fad. Maybe I could have one of those little traveling truck things, that do the little roadside lunches.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe you could have a restaurant.
Get a scoop for your dog. Get a scoop for yourself.
Taco dog. Or,
Well, usually when I think of a scoop for the dog, it's the other end, the other business end.
Yeah.
So what's the deal? The dog doesn't eat dog food because what again?
Oh, she's spoiled.
She's
She's
spoiled.
picky.
Fussy.
Oh, God.
And so
It took us a long time to figure out what she liked, what she didn't like.
she likes treats. And that's
She
it.
doesn't like factory dog food.
Wow.
Blame her.
There must be some kind of preservative or something in there that she smells that she doesn't like.
She doesn't like cow butts. Because that's what it is. It's all the crap and stuff that they put in that dog food.
I would suspect it's a preservative.
Well, I'm going to have to get used to it here. My retirement plan isn't going as good as I expected.
I can hardly wait till mine.
Well, our
See what
dog is
see what
no such
happens then.
problem. Our dog will eat dog food, people food, cat food, other things besides cat food. We have a litter box, a cat litter box. We have a dog and a cat, and the litter box is actually a mechanical device. It has it's plugged into the wall, and it, like after 5 minutes after the cat leaves, it has these little fingers that scrape through the dirt, and they dump it into a hopper and close the hopper, which is good because the dog would probably go in there hunting for little nuggets.
Oh, God.
Have a little treat.
Those almond rokas? After it's like encrusted with those little cat pebbles, the little dirt, it looks just like almond roca. I love those things, though. I love almond roca. That's toffee.
Oh, I thought when you said love those things, you were talking about the cat food. Yeah, my mom loves almond roca too. She can't eat anymore though because of her dentures. So.
Yeah. My mom's had choppers since she was in her 40s. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I think that's common with the older generation to have the teeth from a younger age. My mom had false teeth, in her 30s and maybe even her late 20s. She had false teeth because she grew up during the Depression and there was no dental care or anything like that back then. So my entire life knowing her, she's always had false teeth.
Yeah. Like one day she came home and she was just like her mouth was all full of like cotton and stuff. We didn't even know she was having it done. It's like, whoa.
But it's probably a big difference for her health having them done if the teeth were bad.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I was a kid, when it happened. My mom was older when she had me, so.
That explains. Oh,
And she's still around.
segues. Yeah, that explains a lot. No. See, I shouldn't be on a Skype when I've been drinking. Almost. But,
Hey, Paul, go get her a fresh up.
A fresca?
no, fresh. No,
Yeah,
I got
freshen her up here. We like a greased wheel.
Loosen her up? You mean?
Shut up! God, you're sick.
Well, how about you, Paul? Are you greasing your wheels too?
Oh, I've had a couple of glasses of wine for dinner, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. White or red?
White.
White wine. Chardonnay?
This is Vino Blanco de la Bois.
De la what?
Bois. This means white wine in the box.
Well, white wine in the box. See, I don't know why they never came out with wine in a flip-top can. I think that would be so awesome. It's like, honey, can you give me another can of wine?
It just doesn't sound right. Honey, can you bring me another bottle of wine? Sounds perfect.
That's right. Well, I got a 6-pack of wine.
Yeah. Yeah, Maxwell on the PlayStation, he always tells me he wants me to play Slap the Bag.
What is slap the bag?
Or is it Slap the Box? Oh, God. Shut up. It's when you have a box of wine and you take it out of the box, so you have the big wine bag, and you have the spout over your mouth, and someone's holding the bag, and they slap the bag, and you have to keep drinking it until the bag stops shaking, or something like that. It sounds disgusting. Anyways, but every time I'm playing video games with Maxwell and the crew, they're always, they know I'm drinking white wine and while I'm playing the games, and so they're always telling me that I need to play slap. Is it slap the box or slap the bag or something?
I
think
think
it's
it
slap
would
the
be
bag.
slap the bag. Are ping pong balls involved in this in any way?
Possibly.
Not on my, maybe for them, yeah. They're doing something.
You toss them and you whack them into the bag or something, and
Your Jimmy Fallon thing.
Yeah, he plays that game where they're playing beer pong. Beer pong, yes.
that's right. I think maybe you're just one step removed from being a sorority sister, I think.
I'd have to be the den mother or something. Yeah.
So were you ever into a sorority or anything like that?
No, probably the closest I would have been in anything vaguely like that would be in high school and college. I was on the basketball team. So that would be a gang of women traveling around and doing stuff. But no, never in anything like a sorority or anything like that. So I was on the basketball team, and I had a posse of girlfriends that we used to go around and get into trouble. And
That sounds fun.
but it was a sorority.
A couple of years ago, we went to Reno for just a little getaway trip, and while we were there, we were staying at the Silver Legacy Hotel, and we were going down to the buffet, the all-you-can-eat buffet thingy. It's very nice, but we saw in the elevator a couple of these real tall young girls, and then we're getting in line to get in there, and we're sort of surrounded all over the place. There's these really tall young girls, and over here in their conversation, I figured out these are the University of Las Vegas, Nevada, girls basketball team. And they're chowing down, man. These girls are packing. They're getting these plates that are just loaded.
Yeah, being able to eat like that. When I was in sports like that, yeah, you couldn't eat enough calories. I was a good 40 pounds skinnier than I am now. And you burn a lot of calories playing basketball because you're doing nothing but run, jump, and
Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
You're not a short individual. So
Nope. I'm 5'11".
wow,
So
wow. There
So-
you go.
so it's not extremely tall compared to a lot of tall people, but I was the tallest girl in the school, and so of course I was recruited by the school coaches to play ball, and I was the most inept, gangly, clumsy thing because I didn't do that kind of sports when I was growing up. Our kind of outdoor sports stuff that we did as a family or running around was we lived on beside the forest, and so me and my sister and brother and all of our friends, we'd just be running around in the trees, playing war or all sorts of just playing games, homemade games that you play when you're kids, but we didn't play organized sports. So yeah, I had to learn how to play basketball.
So
Because-
they recruited you to play basketball, and then you had to learn to play basketball.
Yeah, so I went to basketball camp in Alaska, and I used to play during the lunch hour intramurals and things. I used to play with the boys' teams because
Wow.
so they'd be playing, just impromptu basketball games.
Yeah, I heard about your sharp elbows.
Yeah, so they let me play with them. None of the other girls would because it was just unheard of. But it was never didn't occur to me that it was wrong or there was something weird about doing it. So I played basketball with the boys at lunchtime, and I went to Jim Haney basketball camp. We had Pac 6 or Pac 5 or whatever they call it, the basketball players from down south to come up and coach the kids. And then what else? Yeah, wherever I had the opportunity to practice, I did. And I think I showed you a picture of me sitting, black and white picture of me sitting with a basketball. I never went anywhere without carrying a basketball with me because I wanted to.
Basketball Jones.
Yeah,
I
that's
love that
that's what they called
basketball.
me at school. That's what they used to call me. And so I was the center for the team. And then when I went to college, I got recruited into the basketball team there. It wasn't anything I was looking for, but they see a tall person walking around, and all of a sudden you get pulled into those things. So I turned out to be a pretty decent ball player, actually.
All right.
then-
That's pretty nifty.
Yeah, and then I was never kind of recruited into playing a sport that I didn't really want to play or hadn't ever had my radar again until I met Paul, and I had to learn how to play golf before I met his family.
Oh, really?
It was
You
kind
guys
of
were a bunch of
requirement
golfers.
Before I could marry him, and his family, I had to learn how to play golf because if we went down his neighborhood, we had to learn how to swing that stupid club in the front yard in front of everybody. So I had to learn how to play golf.
Well, did you get halfway decent at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played on the ladies' league here for a while. So.
Oh, right. So Paul, are you a big golfer yourself, or did you used to be?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's a good golfer, actually.
I love the game.
Wow. See, I played golf back in college, not on a team or anything. I just for my own amusement, and I really wanted to be good. I was kind of a try-hard. I really worked hard to get better at it, but I wasn't ever able to do well, so I just gave it up.
Well, that's what I am actually. I'm just a try-hard. I just go out there and play, and I try to beat my last score every time I go out.
Well, I would get super, super mad. I mean, I'd hit a bad shot, and I would just get so pissed off,
Did you ever hack your clubs?
Oh, man, I've thrown clubs so far, you wouldn't believe it.
One time when I was golfing with Paul and his dad,
Are you going to talk about the tree incident?
yeah. We were golfing with his dad, and he was from down south visiting, very lovely little old English gentleman. Everything had to be polite and proper, and had to follow the golf etiquette and everything. And Paul's getting more and more angry as we golf because he keeps flubbing his shots away. Like he's actually he's actually a really big golfer. He's pretty much a scratch golfer. He's really good. But and the golf pros up here when they're teaching the classes, and they see him on the where they practice shooting the golf balls, the golf driving range. They always point him out. Look at that man. Watch how he does it. He's got the perfect golf swing. He does too, but he won't brag about himself. I will though. But anyways, he got really angry playing golf. He's coming back now, so I have to stop telling that story. But he got mad at one of the shots and he ran off into the woods beside the golf course, and it's all wild, natural woods between the greens and the fairways. And I could hear him screaming, and he was screaming. And he
just screaming in the woods.
He grabbed a tree and started screaming. He ripped the tree right out of the ground. I was on my hands and knees on the fairway just laughing, but he literally ripped the tree.
This is serious. Stop laughing.
And his father was terribly put out and annoyed by his unprofessionalism on the golf course.
No, he wasn't.
He was in his funny little English way, and then he was fine, but I was just crying of laughter. But anyways, I've never seen a man so angry. He literally grabbed a tree and ripped it out of the ground.
A little more embellished than what actually
No,
happened.
it isn't. See, the trees here, they don't grow roots deep in the ground because of the kind of it's the environment up here. The way trees grow, they grow their roots really shallow and across the top instead of really deep. And so it's, you can rip a tree out of the ground. He did. It just looked funny. You had to see him.
I never tried that. I just would fling the club as hard as I could.
Well, he did that too one time. He had this golf club. It was a really expensive driver, really nice one, and he got really mad and he went like that and it hit. I can't remember what it hit, but it snapped in half. Remember the Big Daddy club he's had? Yeah.
I think I smacked the tee mark, the tee marker.
Yeah. They have usually a balls in the ground, tee markers where you're supposed to hit it with this club and snap that thing in half. Yeah.
I didn't even see it.
So did they give you a bill for damage to the tee markers?
God. Tee markers can take all kinds of fun things.
Anyways, so those are the two sports that I.
All right, golf and there's golf and basketball are very, very well represented in the world of video games.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever gotten into any of the video games for either of those things?
I have the Wii, Tiger Woods Wii Golf, and there's some other golf game on the Wii. I've got a couple of Wii golf games. And then I had a computer console golf game. I can't remember what it's called now. But it's where you design the golf courses and you play games. And
you have to make your own course?
Yeah. And as you get better at the game, you earn different things you can do to improve your golf course. It's almost like a Sim City sort of a thing, but it's with golf. Yeah, but the Wii golf is fun.
Well, yeah, I have a Wii. Of course, the Wii ships with a golf game.
Yeah.
Wii.
Yeah. It's got like 9 holes.
Yeah, it's 9 holes, or maybe not even that. I don't even know if it's 9 holes. I don't know what it is, but your little goofy, me character plays. Did you spend a lot of time making your little person?
I made one for every person in the family. So, and they all look like them. And then we used to host international students in our home. All sorts of students come and stay with us from Korea and Japan and places like that. And they just were fascinated with the Nintendo Wii. So we still have all their characters on there as well. So they all
it's great. You can really make your person look a lot like you. Yeah. I wish Xbox had their little thing as easy to customize. You have to get very just approximate generic with the Xbox.
There's so many things they could do to make these games better. Wouldn't it be cool on Black Ops to have the avatar have your face on it, or a face of your choosing?
Yeah, or something. At least change the color of your uniform or your gloves or something. You get a gold gun, but I want to change up my whole thing.
Yeah, well, with the first Black Ops, you could you could put on the face paint and stuff and change it around a bit. And I always just thought it would be fun, like this, you know, the technology is there for people to put, you know, photoshops of from their pictures. Like, you know, if you've ever done you know, what's that? There's a Christmas video with the elves dancing where you can put face on. So there's stuff like that out there now, but I think it'd be fun if you could do that with avatars and different things like that.
Well, you could also put celebrities.
Yeah, you could run around with Beyonce.
Yeah, I would have.
She made during the Super Bowl. Was that what it was? Someone was watching her on TV, and they had to pause the TV, and it paused at a real unfortunate spot. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this picture or not. See if I can get. If I turn the lights off, it won't go so much. I don't know if this will work. No, it doesn't work. I'll email the picture or put it onto the site, but it is just the most horrible picture.
Is that like a lit up picture that you have there?
My iPad.
Oh, that's your iPad. Okay. Well, you know, a few years back, it was a very big thing. They were selling like electric picture frames. You know, it was like I don't think that ever really caught on that much.
I bought one for my mom, who has dementia, but she loves seeing the pictures, and she recognizes the people in the pictures, and she's got a small room that she lives in, and she loves to be surrounded by pictures of people in places that she loves, and so we are constantly putting on lots and lots of pictures on the USB keeper, this little frame with the electronic pictures that go by, and to her it's like watching TV, except better because she knows what the pictures are. So I like it for her, and I thought about getting one for my office because we like getting more pictures of our grandbabies and stuff for like while we're working. So,
Well, you can make your computer screensaver do that kind of stuff too.
At home, but at work they have all these rules about what you can use your computer for, so I can't personalize my computer.
So you can't watch Bulletproof Underwear at work.
Oh, I do. My office, I've got an office with it's got my computer, I got my 2 screens, and then I have a little station at the side where I have a place for my phone to charge, and I have my iPad, it's my work iPad. So this here, it's got a little stand and everything.
Oh, cool.
Because the nature of my work, I have to be connected to my boss at all times, and so everywhere I go in the college or if I'm running around doing things, I have my iPad with me because we're always talking, so that's a place where I can watch Bulletproof Underwear. And I wouldn't do it on my computer because they can see all that stuff that's going on, right?
Well, it's mostly family suitable for work. What is that expression? Not work
Not safe for work. NSFW, yeah. Well, no, it's just that I keep my work computer clean, history and everything absolutely work related.
Absolutely work. No YouTube videos of kittens or anything like that.
And plus, if you have a big screen and get someone walking into your office and they see, you know, those nasty kittens.
No Perez Hilton or TMZ gossip pages or anything like that.
So.
You know, Anne really loves to watch, you know, those kind of gossipy things on TV. I keep telling her, you know, just whip out your computer and go to TMZ and Perez Hilton and stuff like that. You'll be like in hog heaven.
Now, I know that a lot of people are fascinated with that and interested, but it's just never clicked with me. So I'm not much of a TV watcher, anyways. And but I do like my Kobo reader, which would be like a Kindle in the States, and I like news shows. I'm a newsie, so the TV goes between CTV, which is Canada Television Network, or CBC, the Canada Broadcasting Corporation, or I'll watch the satire news on the Daily Show and the Colbert Report.
Oh, don't you just love those guys?
Yeah.
I cannot decide which one is funnier. I really can never decide because they both are so amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Stewart's comedy is a little more cutting, a little more biting, where Colbert's is a little quite more satire. more making
Did
fun
you
of.
see Colbert when he was invited to the White House press dinner a few years
Yeah,
back when George Bush was?
yeah,
Oh my God,
yeah,
the definition of balls.
yeah. It went over like a lead balloon at the event, but became just a watermark for him as far as uh, his infamy or whatever on the internet and everything else. People.
I've never seen brass balls like that before. I
But
mean,
he said that like his mom and siblings and family came to that performance, and after it, um, he and his family and buddy met the Bush family, and they had a really nice time. George Bush wasn't all that offended by it, apparently, and
which shows what a dumbass he was.
interesting character. I feel I don't like his politics, but you know something? I've always, regardless of people's politics, for the most part, I have respect for the people in the office they have taken on or doing because it's a hard work and you got to have respect for that, regardless of their politics. You can hate their politics, like old Maggie Thatcher there dying. You can stand her politics, but the day the funeral was on, I wore my British tie to work, and I got like a Union Jack tie, and just kept her in my memory as someone who did something pretty fantastic at that time for that time. So, but yeah, no, George, he really got a ribbon by Colbert at that event.
Yeah, that was
And
that was
sort of the
hilarious.
press corps, he really kind of tore into everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Dick Cheney did not exactly yuck it up.
Run up and shoot anyone in the face. So.
Really? You still haven't finished that? You're nursing that thing.
Well, I had a good 2 ounces in there, so I'm not going to just chunk it back. So.
Yeah.
So.
They should just have instead of like having to make your own martinis, they should just package martinis in a bag.
I was going to say, or in a can.
In a can. That's it. It's like shaken.
It's pretty easy though. If you just want to practice in a real hurry, just pour in a couple ounces of Tanqueray and you're done.
Good old Tanqueray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more of a Seagram's kind of guy because it was cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but you don't drink though.
I gave it up in 2005. I got a DUI.
Oh, okay.
And oh man, that was just such an ordeal. I mean, it was just such a big thing.
What did they do in where you live for DUI? What sort of ramifications did that have?
Well, first of all, they take you to jail. You go directly to jail. Do not pass go.
Really?
I spent about 22 hours in jail before I was able to get out.
Oh, kind of like in remand.
Yeah, and I didn't get to make a phone call for like 10 hours. And I was over at my brother's, and I was driving back home, and Ann had no idea where I was.
Oh, God.
And it's like, thankfully she had the presence of mind to call my boss at work and say, James won't be coming in today. But then, you automatically lose your license. I forgot now how long it was for, but you automatically lose your license for a period of time, and then you have to take these classes that you have to go every week, for forever. I mean, it seemed like forever to do this, and it cost a fortune. I'm still in California. It impacts your car insurance for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be 2 more years before that's completely behind me as far as like the ramifications of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just decided I'm just not going to drink anymore. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you get caught with any alcohol on you at all, any measurable amount, after you've had a DUI for I forgot how many years, if you have any alcohol,
Zero tolerance.
Yeah, then you automatically go back to jail, and then it's the second offense or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah. I
So
just
those
quit.
laws sound a lot tougher than where I live. They're tough here too, but that sounds a lot tougher.
Oh yeah. Well, this is California, you know. So,
Mhm.
so it's funny because I've probably been over the legal level of intoxication and driven a bunch in my life.
Yeah, you
That
still
never
get
did
caught.
get pulled over. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and I was really pretty drunk the time I got pulled over. I was almost home too.
It happens to a lot of people. I think that there's just a feeling that, I've done it before and got away with it. I can do it again, and people just start thinking that this is not a problem. It's like it's what they do. But it happened to Paul. He got a DUI. He was this was before we met, and for the first long while we were together, he wasn't able to drive, and yeah. So he used to fortunately, one of the guys that he played in the band with just lived down the street from me, so he would just catch a ride home with him afterward. So I certainly wasn't going to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to pick him up. So, but yeah, and then when he did get his license back, yeah, his insurance was really high for a long time after that. So, but now, now it's good. And so, for us, like a big, like, whooping it up with drinks for him would be like 2 glasses of wine. And that's it. That would be him whooping it up. And then for me, yeah, a couple of drinks, and that will be it as well. But for me, just because of being on insulin, if you drink too much, you can have some kind of serious. So you can go really low blood sugar during the night and not wake up. That's not good.
Well, let's not do that.
No.
Let's make sure you wake up.
But I can have a lot of fun. As you know, I can have a lot of fun and laugh and carry on and with or without a glass of wine. It doesn't matter to me. I have fun with life anyway. So. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't say I quit smoking crack.
Me, I'm on the juice. So.
A little heroin once in a while. Mm. Now it makes me think of.
Speaking of drugs and stuff, we got someone there in the hospital recovering. We got that Flex there, so I'm hoping that all the people up there watching this, they send Flex there.
Well, hopefully by the time this comes
they're
out,
healing
Flex will be home by the time this comes out. Is what I'm hoping, and he won't have to do too much more of this kind of stuff.
No, let's get better, and then play some games with him and chat with him.
Yeah, I think we should just make Flex into a cyborg.
Yeah.
We'll just save his brain and put him in a robot body.
Yeah.
And he'll suddenly improve at Call of Duty to the point where he's just like a beast.
Yeah, he'll be a beast. Yeah, that's the beast.
He'll have bionic thumbs.
Yeah. Yeah. These are sharp reflexes.
It's like, hey, how about those bots we were playing on Black Ops tonight?
Yeah, what kind of punishment were you trying to give us there? So for the people watching, put us on Team Deathmatch on Nuketown, and there was like twice as many bots as there was us, and they were on hardcore, and you couldn't even peek. You're in the backyard spawn.
If they saw you, you're dead.
You couldn't peek around the corner to even start approaching to the house even. Let alone even go in the house, because they would see you from across the road and shoot through the floor.
From the longest possible sight line, they'll nail you with an SMG, all the way across the map.
So I was just kind of jumping out, throwing a bouncing back and jumping back, and then hiding. hoping one would hit the bouncing Betty.
Well, the only way to kill them is if you get them from behind, because if
Yeah.
they see you, it's no contest. They're going to win the gunfight.
Yeah. I think the most fun I had tonight playing the games was when you set it up where I had a gun, everyone else had knives. That was fun. It was
fun. We were having a great time doing that.
Because
it's like, I saw her, she's over here, and like.
Next time we got to do it on Party Chat, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was like a couple of times, I'd see you, and it's like, I'd just like try to stay behind something. It's like no matter if you came around, I would just try to hide. It's like, come on over here. She's like, I'm looking at her right now, and it's like we try to swarm you, and you take out as many of us as possible.
But then there'd always be someone who, because when you're working with a team like that, you sneak up behind and get me while I was trying to reload or whatever. So it was fun, and yeah, it was. It's when you're just running on your own, it's like very stressful, like the suspense, and in a fun way. So,
did it feel kind of like we're like you're in a zombie apocalypse and like
yes.
you're being surrounded by hordes and you're just shooting them and they're just dying?
Zombie apocalypse, and I was surrounded by horrors. That's what you said from this side. But,
not whores. You're surrounded by whores.
But yeah, it did. It was fun. So we did it again. You have someone else as the victim.
Well, we'll have to do that again. It's like I think the person with the gun is probably having the most fun there. They're just like wiping them out. It's a bloodbath.
Yeah. Well, what I started doing was, as you probably noticed, is finding a place where no one can sneak up behind, and then standing in the corner and just trying to pick you off as you're coming for me.
Yeah. You had a couple of favorite spots that you kept going back to, and it's like she's in that spot again. And then we'd all converge, and as we respawn, we'll come right back. So, what do you think? Do you think the zombie apocalypse is coming? Are you ready?
My son and I have a whole strategy in place.
Okay.
So, we're going to give Paul a pair of running shoes and the bullhorn.
Okay. Well, the running shoes idea is good because most zombies tend to be pretty slow. If you just
shufflers, yep.
Yeah, they're kind of dragging along.
Yeah.
But see, it depends. Like, there's some kind of zombies.
Some of them really move. But
yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think there'll ever be zombies, but I can see as long as getting off political subjects, but I can see as long as we have a world where fewer and fewer have more and more of the wealth, whether it's individuals or countries or whatever, you're going to have, I think, at some point, a breaking point where people riot.
Revolution.
Revolution. We see it all through history. We see France when they took off Marie Antoinette's head and everything else. When you have that kind of disparity, I think there comes a point where people break and then you have revolution. And so,
well, that's like if the tapeworm gets too greedy and like it kills the host.
I hope that we have a world that turns around and I think about those guys up in space right now. And you have the Canadian guy who's tweeting to Earth all the time what they're doing up there in the space station. And they look out the window at the planet Earth and they talk about what a beautiful planet it is. And the people
there's a Canadian in space?
Yeah, he's the commander of the space station right now, Chris Hadfield. And he's been tweeting, and William Shatner has been tweeting back with him, and they've had all sorts of really interesting things. And he gets on Skype and he talks to students all over the place, and it's been pretty interesting. But you can follow his Twitter feed, and he talks about all sorts of things that's going on up there and what they're doing. But I don't know. I just wonder sometimes if people start thinking about the world as this is our home that we're living in, and we're just kind of shooting all over the place. And maybe we should start thinking about the world and each other a little bit differently and how we do things. Otherwise, we will have the zombie apocalypse, but there won't be zombies.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, if
want.
it is zombies, I've got a crowbar.
I want it. I've got grandbabies out there growing up, and I want it to be a good world for them. Yeah.
Yeah. But if it is zombies, I have a crowbar.
You have a crowbar?
Yeah.
We've got all sorts of stuff here. I've got the shovels. I've got axes. I've got guitars here. You can start beating with guitars just like the old rockers, and they kept smashing things.
Hey, speaking of zombies, you ever break out the zombies on Black Ops?
Yes. Yep. I've played zombies with some of the Xbox people. Really fun. And I play zombies with my son. He's good at it. Oh my goodness, he knows how to get really, really far in all the games. Like some of them, there's things you have to do to proceed. He's really good.
Yeah, I've never had a whole lot of success with it. I haven't played it a lot, but it is pretty fun, and I like the way they look.
Mm-hmm.
They got the glowing eyes.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary, but it's good. Yeah, it's fun.
But building like the barriers, like putting wood on the windows, that's boring. It's like, come on, I don't want to be
played
putting.
The one where you're on the bus moving through town?
I haven't tried that. That's
you gotta try it.
Oh wow! Hey, maybe we should. Maybe we should have a.
You have to jump off the bus and do things and get back on the bus before it takes off without your hordes of zombies coming after you. And they're all running after the bus and they're trying to get in. You tear off the windows and it's fun.
Maybe we should get a group together. How many people can play? 4?
It would be it would be fun to do some zombies, like just have a zombie night, or just see if you can find 4 people who will play it on a semi-regular basis. Because then the more you play it, the more you learn.
Yeah. Maybe we should recruit. Maybe we should get some, to try and whip up some zombie fever.
I play it, but you have to be forewarned that I'm just screaming blue murder when I'm playing that game because.
Are you scared?
Screaming at the zombies and everything else. I get kind of into it a little bit too much, maybe. But it's fun.
I pity the fool. I pity the zombies. Yeah, we're gonna have to try that.
Yep.
I played it with Bejewel a little bit, and it's like they got the weapons that she's like you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I got a really good gun, and she got like some crappy gun, so she kept dying or dropping, and I would like bring her back up because I had a good gun. Mm-hmm. The LMG with a lot of ammunition, that's a good gun to have.
And then there's other strategies you can do that I'm never very good at it, but if I practice, maybe I get better. But there's explosions and things you can get off that do things that lure them. There's things you can do to lure a bunch of zombies in one place, and then you throw little bombs at them and just kill a pile of them all at once. And there's all sorts of things you can do. Like I watched when my son's playing it.
Usually you see people running around in circles, and they've got like a train of zombies like following behind them.
Yeah.
And when it gets to be enough zombies, then you turn around and blast them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fun. I played. Do you have to now for new Black Ops? Do you have to? I think there's some of the zombie things you have to buy as DLCs. There's the one that it came with, but then there's other things you have to buy as DLCs.
Well, everybody I know has all the DLC, just about.
Yeah, I'm in. If you guys, if you and Bejewel and someone else, or if there's other people that want to do it, I'll like dedicate a Sunday morning or whatever.
Hey, and if it's fun, maybe we'll become zombie players. It's like forget multiplayer. Who needs that? We're zombies.
Yeah, no, I'd actually probably have the only multiplayer I really do now is when I get on the Tuesday night thing. That's about it. I will play multiplayer if I can play with some other sub-1 people, but otherwise, so I always check the smart glass thing to see if there's anybody on playing, and if there isn't, I just don't even turn it on.
Yeah.
Except to
Yeah.
play Borderlands. I'll play Borderlands a lot.
I was about to say Borderlands. You're a true. What is it? True Vault Hunter? Or what is it?
I'm playing Ultimate Vault Hunter mode now.
Ultimate Vault Hunter.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and so it's got new weapons that you can find and new relics and things. You have the ancient strings. And
That's one thing that Borderlands really needs is more different weapons.
Yeah, and they have there's a new player that you can play coming out next week.
Oh wow!
This week of May, you get to play Creed, and he's one of the bandits, one of the three psychos.
He's a psycho?
Yeah.
Well, you should fit right in with that. does he cackle?
I don't know, but he throws axes and things around, and yeah. So on PlayStation, is it PlayStation? Yeah. On PlayStation, I have all of the characters up to level 50, and now I'm working them all. Now I'm slowly trying to get through all. I'm on the Siren now, doing Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, and trying to get the other ones up to the same, all up to level 61. And then we'll have a new player. We'll have to start playing with him from the start.
All right.
But and then I think I've got just one or two characters up to level 50 on Xbox, and I'm working the Siren right now with Ultimate Vault. But anybody out there who's playing Borderlands, I'll play whatever level they're at if you want to play. So it's fun. If you're playing multiplayer and you're laughing, having fun with somebody, but you don't have a bunch of little twits out there, 12-year-olds who want you to have their baby.
I know, I'm plagued by that.
Yeah,
Damn.
they want you to have their baby or suck their stuff. It's just like, oh, grow up.
It's kind of disjointing when you hear like an 8-year-old cursing like that.
Yeah.
And you hear plenty of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
pretty fast. So yeah, Pokey or Maxwell on the PlayStation, they'll say things like, they'll just say real disgusting, bizarre things back at them that shuts them up. They'll usually say something about, how they had relations with their father, which sounds funny from, the guy players, and that they usually get all like, oh!
well, if you just really want to, rank up your trash talking, there's really not. I can't think of a better way to do it. It's like you'll be like prestige master of trash talking in no time.
Yeah, I kind of like the Monty Python style taunts, and that usually throws them off because they don't know what you're talking about.
Like your father was a hamster, and your mother smelled of elderberries.
Yeah, that's
or whatever.
Like, how do you get it? How do you trash talk back at that? It's kind of so. Yeah, but anyways, for that reason, I think zombies would be fun because you're not going to need too much time.
Well, also, there's no. My best friend in real life is not a video gamer at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he loves crossword puzzles, but that's as close as it gets for video games. And he has a moral problem with a lot of video games. Like, okay, so you're running around and you're shooting people. It's like it just doesn't seem right. I said, well, what about zombies? It's like zombies don't feel, or they're not moral or anything, so it's like, well, okay, it's okay to shoot zombies, and like Nazi zombies even better.
Wolfenstein. You know something? If you look, I'm trying to think of a culture anywhere where there isn't killing involved. And like I said, when we were growing up, we ran around in the wilderness here, and we didn't need toys given to us. We picked up a stick, and it was a club, a sword, or a gun. And that's what we run around and wail on each other. But it never occurred to us to actually grow up and kill people Now, I think the culture in Canada is different than the States. Like, when we grew up, our dad had a gun, and we used it because it was a long gun, and we used it for hunting. And in the fall, we'd go out hunting, and we'd do summer fishing and stuff, and then that thing was locked up and put away. But that's the only thing anyone would ever have a gun for. But it never occurred to run around killing people. But the thing is what the point I'm making is we grew up playing games where we were running around playing war or playing hunting or one of those things. And I'm looking at the First Nations up here who literally before World War II there was no contact with the European people or whatever, except for the few prospectors that went up during the gold rush. They were living traditional lifestyle, and they may or may not have had guns, but the lifestyle was that in order to live, you had to get up there and you had to kill something.
Right.
And in order to protect your territory, there was warfare and stuff to protect your territories and trade routes and everything else too. You want to have. I'm trying to think of, I don't think there's such a thing as a natural vegetarian society out there. Killing is part of life.
Well, it's true.
It's part of life. We live in the wild where if you don't respect the land and respect the animals around you and respect the area you're in, you're going to get in trouble with a moose that's in the rut that's going to charge you and hurt you bad, or a bear that's going to kill you or something. So, now, I shouldn't be drinking and talking, but I'm not. The thing is with video games, that I don't think that playing video games causes people to go out there and kill people.
I don't. It doesn't make me want to kill anybody.
Killing is part of what keeps us alive. We kill the animals that we eat. We kill the plants that we eat. It's all, life and death is part. But, I think we've perverted it, like with freaking going up there. I know that people believe that they should have anything done in the world, but I see no need for, war weapons in people's closets as hobbies. I just don't see it because it's just too easy for the crazy people out there to cause a lot of destruction. But I don't think we need to. I think that killing is a normal part of life. I don't think playing games causes people to kill. We have to respect the part of killing that we need for life. Whether it's killing a cow out there to eat, or killing a moose, or whatever. There's a place for it, but I think we've perverted it. I think that's perverted respect for life. When I look at the First Nations up here, in the traditional way they used to live, you had to kill in order to live, but there was a whole respect for that. And I think that they had the closest thing to what I would count as a religion, because it wasn't a God thing. It was a respect for your environment and where you lived.
And that's a spirituality in itself. I mean, you don't have to have
exactly. And somehow along the line, somewhere along the line, we've lost the respect. And I think that's what's made it easy for people to go with little plots down in Boston who hurt those people in the marathon and everything. There's a loss of respect for that's the other side of life and death.
Well, I just hope he wasn't. Yeah, I just hope it doesn't turn out the guy was like really obsessed with video games. It's like
no, I was watching the news, and what they were saying is what they found with his brother is that he was radicalized by watching the videos of one of those nut bars out there, those fanatics out there who was an American Muslim cleric. He's actually been dead for some time, but he got radicalized watching those videos, and that's the teachings that they were living under, him and his brother, and that's what they're following.
Well, it sounds like the younger boy that survived is like
Mhm.
he's just kind of a puppy dog following his brother around and
Yeah,
just doing whatever he did.
yeah, and that would be typical for the culture where you do as your elder brother says and everything. But I still don't find that as an excuse. He's an adult.
No, no, not at all.
It's an adult, and you have to come to time when you make your own decisions in life. So
Well, that guy's never going to see the light of day
yeah,
again, and there's just possible chance that they might even execute him.
yeah,
I know a lot of people would really like to see that, but he's hasn't accomplished anything.
yeah.
I don't think he's going to be happy about what he's done down the road.
No, no. It's a friggin' tragedy. There's a young person's life which, for whatever reason, went down a road where he made some unthinkable choices, and there's a price to pay for that.
Well, I think people have the ability to fool the shit out of themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and this is just a good illustration that that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, like this is gonna help. This is gonna help what? How?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
There's consequences for our actions, though. Like we're talking about the DUI and the consequences that came from it, and you made a decision as a result of that, and you live your life a different way now,
That's true.
right?
That's true. That's true. And
But
I actually look at it as a good thing,
yeah,
because
yeah, we don't have death penalty in Canada. The states does. The thing is depending on the severity of the actions made, consequences normally become greater. I'm not going to go into the whole death penalty thing, but
we don't really
need
want
to talk
to
about that.
put it on the internet with.
No, but the thing is there needs to be you have to be a consequence relative to what you were doing. If it was in Canada, you could be put in prison for life. You can be taken into society. That's it.
Well, it was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's unfortunate because there's the people who are injured forever. There's the people who lost their lives, and him and his brother because of the stupid things they did. One lost his life, and the other one, with whatever consequences, his life is over anyways. Whether he's executed or whether he's thrown in jail forever, his life is over. What a waste! What a freaking waste! For what?
Yeah, for what? That's
What?
that's the question I have. Like, what did they think it was accomplished, and why?
If they wanted to change the world, what was the change they wanted, and couldn't there be a positive way of affecting that change?
Well, I don't think they made anything better.
No.
I mean,
No.
even if you look at it from their perspective, how is anything better? Like,
No.
they weren't
Yeah,
unhappy with something, and now it's going to be better? I don't think so.
No. It's just stupid. I think it's made the people of Boston stronger. Like you see countries. It's a horrible way, but you can let tragedy roll you over and crush you, or you can let it build you up to be stronger. And I think that there's a lot of I can't speak for individuals, but from what I've seen, the reports I've seen, you use some pretty incredible things that people in that city have done to pull together, which is a real testament to character and strength of that city.
Oh yeah, well, it's like everybody's rallying around Boston. It's like Boston Strong. It's like if you look on Twitter, there's like a lot of hashtags Boston Strong and stuff like that.
Yeah, and even worldwide, some things are happening. Like I was looking on like the Young California Games with us kind of talking about Reddit. People on Reddit from all over the world pooled their money and organized to order food and pizza and stuff for all of the respondents that were working through that whole thing. Sent in from all over the world to all the fire stations and police stations and places. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. They're just trying to
it's Domino's.
And it was that was a worldwide sort of like all of a sudden effort, and it's just kind of neat the way people all over the world just said we wanted to somehow reach out and help out some way. Just a simple little thing like that. I thought that was pretty cool. And I know that there's kind of the same sort of efforts being made worldwide to find ways to support the people who lost limbs or one thing or another to help them get through financially. So I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I think probably it's about time to wrap it up here.
Yeah. We got all serious, didn't we?
Go Boston.
I was going to tell you my really dirty joke that because I wasn't on the
you were on the dirty joke episode.
Yeah, I wasn't. I had a really good one, but I'll tell it. I'm going to save it for another time. It's a really dirty joke that my grandfather won a Bullshitters Award for up north years ago. Disgusting, but I will save it for another time.
Did you like that episode with the dirty jokes?
It was interesting.
I think the guys were giving me the business. I thought my joke was better than I got rated. I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah.
Oh well.
We should probably call it a night. I think my CD's tucked in already, and
well, you have to take his little stylus and poke him with it. Wake up!
No, he knows how to give back as good as I give, so I'm gonna.
Well, I gotta say, thanks for helping us out here. Flex can't be here tonight, and we wanted our Bulletproof Underwear schedule to go on, so you know.
Yeah, get well, Flex.
And everybody, you know, this is none other than Toby Pace, Mad Mo Yukon herself. I am Yam Juice, and this has been Bulletproof. Oh, you got to do a promo. You're watching Bulletproof Underwear episode 43.
43?
Yeah.
Yes. You're watching Bulletproof Underwear episode number 43.
Yeah. Here's to you, Flex. All right, you know what to do? You know what to do? Ah! Yours is always so classy.
One of these days I'll turn around and moon you.
Well, that day could be today.
No, not martinis.
One more. All right. So go poke Paul with that stick.
Okay.
That'll be pretty cool. All right, here we go.
Okay.